Oh, Philadelphia, here I come, right back where I started from. Come on, Madge! Oh, give us an old-time waltz.
Will you leave me alone?
Oh, where flowers of flowers.
Yes, stop me, to Bratcha.
Oh, will you miss me? Huh?
Be on with me. What?
Will you miss me? I'll take you to your sweet.
Please, Gar, please.
Will you miss me?
I will.
Ah, that's more like it. Now, what time is it?
Gar.
What time is it?
It's 7:10.
7:10. And what time was I meant to quit at?
At 7.
7. So that means on my last day of work, he gets 10 minutes overtime out of my hide, when he should have been saying, "Oh, Gar, since this is your last day here, you can have the entire day off." And what does he say? Lines up 4 bags of flour and says, "Put them into 2-pound pokes." Just like that.
He's losing a treasure indeed.
But you know what I did? I looked him straight in the eye and said, "2-pound pokes it'll be." Just like that.
Well, that's flattened him.
That wasn't it all. Sure, he was in the middle of the Angelus, and he remembered about the bloody pollock. Oh yeah. "Behold the handmaid of the Lord, cut and salt those fish." So do you know what I did? I put so much bloody salt on it that any poor bugger eat it will die of thirst. Oh, but when the corpses are strewn all over Ballybeg, where'll I be? In the USA! Oh, Philadelphia, here I come, right back where I started from. Philadelphia, here I come, right back where I started from. It's all over.
And all about to begin. It's all over.
And all about to begin.
Just think, Gar.
Think.
In that big bugger of a jet, with its snout poised straight for the States, and its tail belching smoke over Ireland, and you sitting at the front, with your competent fingers over the controls, and away down below in the Atlantic, you see a big bloody bugger of an Irish boat out fishing for bloody pollock and... Abandon ship, make for the lifeboats, send for Canon Mick O'Byrne. To hell with the women and children, say an act of contrition.
Oh yeah.
I can't quite see from here, but it looks as if, yes, the free has been taken by dashing Gar O'Donnell, pride of the Ballybeg team. O'Donnell is moving back, taking a slow, calculated look at the goals. I haven't seen this boy in the form he's in today. Absolute magic at his feet. O'Donnell is in position, running up and...
Yippee! Philadelphia, here I come, right back where I started.
Gareth Mary O'Donnell,
Yes, sir.
you are fully conscious of the consequences of your decision,
Yes, sir.
of leaving the country of your birth, the land of the curlew, the snipe, the orange sweater and the Irish sweepstakes,
I'm fully sensitive to this, sir.
of going to a profane, irreligious country of gross materialism,
I'm fully aware of this, sir.
where the devil himself holds sway, and lust, abhorrent lust, is everywhere indulged in shamelessly.
Oh, who are you telling? Shamelessly, sir, shamelessly.
And yet you persist in exposing yourselves to these frightful dangers.
Well, I'm fully aware that these stories are slightly exaggerated. For every door that opens.
You put the heart across me. Will you get out of me road and quit eating about?
Madge, you're an old duck.
Aye, so. Well, there's the case. And there's the piece of rope. For the clasp is all rusted. And here's your shorts. Your winter vest. Will you take your smelly hands off them?
Sorry.
See that they're well aired before you put them on. You said nothing since, I suppose.
Not a word.
The bugger.
But he hasn't paid you your week's wages.
Oh, yeah. £3.15. That'll get me far, all right.
Ah, he'll be saying something then. You'll say. And maybe he'll slip you a couple of extra pounds.
Whether he slips me a few miserable quid or says anything at all, It's a matter of total indifference to me, Madge.
Aye, so. Well, your tea is on the table, and that's a matter of total indifference to me.
Sure, will you give me some time to wash, yeah?
And another thing, just because he doesn't say much, it doesn't mean he hasn't feelings, like the rest of us.
Say much? Sure, he says nothing at all.
Sure, he said nothing either the night your mother died. It must have been near daybreak when he slept last night. I could hear his bed creaking.
To hell with him.
Well, don't come into your tea smelling like a lobster pot.
Here, if he wants to speak to me, he knows where to find me. To hell if I'm speaking to him first. And you can tell him I said that too if you like.
What the hell do you care about him? Out screwballs, skinflint, skittery face! You're free of him, and he's stinking bloody shot. Tomorrow morning, boy, when that little old plane takes to the skies, you'll stick your head out the window, and you'll spit down on the lobby. Gar! Oh, let the bugger call. Gar!
Aye.
How many rolls of barbed wire came in the mail van this evening?
2. Or was it 3?
That's what I'm asking you. It was you who brought them in.
It was 2. Or maybe it was 3.
What sort of a stupid bugger are you? Will you think, man? You went out and stood yarn to Joe the post. Then you carried the first coil into the yard. Then you come in with a sack of spuds for the parochial. You carried in the second coil. Then you went back to the van. And then... Oh, what the hell odds? That's his headache, old Nicodemus. Tomorrow morning, boy, a roll of barbed wire will be a mere bagatelle to you. Yeah, man. See them there planes stretching as far as the eye can see? Well, them there planes belong to Gary the Kid. And Gary the Kid, he don't go in for none of your fancy fencing. No, sirree. And what do you wear on the plane tomorrow, old rooster? Pretty smart, eh?
Pretty smart.
Pretty sharp.
Pretty sharp.
Pretty ooh-la-la.
Maybe.
Not a bad looker, if I may say so.
Oh, you may.
I am Patrick Polinicus, president of the biggest chain of the biggest hotels in the world. We're happy to have you, Mr. O'Donnell.
I'm happy to be here, sir.
Handsomely said. I hope you'll be happy here and maybe someday you'll be the president of the biggest chain of the biggest hotels in the world.
That's my ambition, sir.
You are 25 years old, Mr. O'Donnell?
Correct.
And you spent 1 year at University College Dublin?
Yes, correct.
Well, do you care to tell me, Mr. O'Donnell, why you abandoned your academic career?
Well, after I sat my first arts exam, I took an Irish tourist, or pilgrimage, where I spent several nights in devout prayer.
On St. Patrick's pilgrimage,
St. Harold's Cross, sir. And it was there I realised the life of scholarship was not for me. So I returned to my father's business.
Yeah, you mentioned your father was a businessman. What's his line?
Well, how would you say? He has his fingers in many pies. Retail mostly. General dry goods. Assorted patent drugs. Snuffs from the exotic easts of Donegal. A confection of gourmets known as Peggy's Leg. Weed killer. Yippee! Oh! It is now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France. Then the Dauphiness at Versailles.
Let's get a packing, boy. Let's get that saddlebag open and let's get a packing. But before we do, let's have a little old music on the little old phonograph. Yes, sir, you bet. I reckon. The main item in tonight's concert is the first movement of the violin concerto in E minor, opus 64, by Jacob Ludwig Felix Mendelssohn. The orchestra is conducted by Gareth O'Donnell, And the soloist is the Ballybeg halfback, Gareth O'Donnell. Music critics throughout the world claim O'Donnell's simultaneous wielding of baton and bow are the greatest thing since Leatherass died. Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto, third movement.
Back to work, old rooster.
Oh, damn it, man. How could any bugger think of getting on a jet plane with cardboard rubbish like that? Oh, maybe you could give it a lick of paint or wash it. Oh, damn it, man. You'll rub a hole in it if you're not careful. Maybe old Screwballs will slip you a fiver and you get a new one in Dublin in the morning.
What a hole.
Oh, stinky cat's pee!
Clarion, 1st of January 1937.
Precious medieval manuscript. My God, was it? By God, it was. The day they were married. And it hasn't been opened since their honeymoon. Her and old Screwballs in a sidecar had Bundoran for 3 days.
The creation redeemer of all the faithful. Give their soul and more.
She was small, Madge says, wild and young, from a place called Ballyfree, far beyond the mountains. And her hair was loose, and her eyes were bright, and she carried her shoes under her arm till she came to the end of the village, Madge says. And then she put them on.
Would make perpetual light shine.
She was 19 and he was 40, and he owned a shop, and he wore a soft hat. And she thought that he was the grandest gentleman that ever lived, Madge says. And he couldn't keep his eyes off her, Madge says.
God, oh God, the creator redeemer of all the faithful.
And sometimes in those early days, lad, when she was pregnant with you, some of the other girls from Ballyfree had called round to dress up on the way to the dance. Sure, her eyes would light up too, Madge says. And he must have known old Screwballs. Sure, he must have known. Sure, for many's a night, Madge says, he must have heard her crying herself to sleep. Sure, maybe it was good of God to take her away 3 days after you were born. Well, damn you anyway for a stupid bloody bastard. It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France, then the Dauphiness at Versailles. And to hell with that bloody mushy fiddler.
Philadelphia, here I come.
Careful, nuthead. If you let yourself slip that way, you might find this.
Right back where I started from.
Something lively, man. Something animal. Something with a bit of old thumpity thump. And you just to keep talking that way, mister. Because if you stop talking that way, you just start thinking kind of crazy things. That was Katie's tune, and you needn't pretend you've forgotten. And it reminds you of the night the two of you made all the plans, and you thought your heart had burst with happiness.
Come on, a big dirty swing out here. Oh,
Are you going to take her photograph to the States with you? When are you going to say goodbye to her? When you write to her? Will you send her cards and photos? You loved her once, old rooster. You wanted to marry her so much, it was a bloody sickness. Tell me, Randy boy, have you ever got over that sickness? Do you still love her? Do you still lust after her? Well, do you? Do you? Do you? Mother! Shh!
Katie Dugan. Kathy Dugan, my sweet darling Katie Dugan.
Oh, bitch. Dirty, rotten, snobby bitch. Just like her dirty, rotten, snobby father and mother. A bugger and a buggerette. A buggeress and a buggeroo.
It's my fault. It's all my fault.
That was a right night, lad. Had a right cow's ass to yourself that night. When was it? About 10 months ago. Twee had just come in from a walk down the middle road. And you had the whole thing planned. Engaged at Christmas, married at Easter, and 14 of a family. 7 boys and 7 girls. Cripes, you make me laugh. You make me die laughing. You were going to look after the hardware. And she was going to take charge of the drapery. The drapery! The fishy socks and the shoebox full of cotton spools and rusty needles. And you were supposed to ask Screwballs for a rise in pay, in view of your increased responsibilities. But you were so far gone that night, laddie buck, so bloody well far astray in the head with love, that you blabbed about your secret egg deal that nobody knew anything about. Not even Madge. Stupid bloody git. How you live with yourself, I'll never know.
Oh, Kate, I'm mad about you. Oh God, I won't last till Easter. I bloody well burst.
Steady, boy, steady. You know what the canon says? Long, passionate kisses in lonely places.
Oh, our daughters will be gentle and frail and silly like you. And our sons will be thick bloody louts, sexy goats like me. And I'll bait the bloody tarot with them.
But Gar, no matter what you say, we could never live on £3.15 shillings. Please, listen, be sensible.
What?
How will we live?
How will we live? Like the Lords. Free groceries, free fuel, free light, and every night when we finish at 7, except for Saturdays. He stays open till damn near midnight on Saturdays, writing out bills. And sure God and the world knows writing out bills around here is as useless as peeing against the wind.
But Gar, no matter what you say, we could never live on that much money. It's just not possible. We need more security than that.
Maybe he'll die. Tonight, of galloping consumption.
Oh, Gar!
What is it?
This is serious.
This is serious. What is it, Kathy?
You need to see about getting more money.
Sure, haven't I told you I'm looking for more money? I asked him for a rise.
But will he?
Don't you worry, I'll get it. And besides, I've a source of income that he knows nothing about, that nobody knows nothing about, that nobody knows anything about.
Investments, like Daddy.
Well, sort of. Well, do you know the way I go off in the lorry there every Tuesday and Thursday?
Yes.
Well, I buy fresh eggs directly from the farms and I sell them to McLaughlin's Hotel for a handsome profit.
And how much do you make?
Well, it depends on the time of year.
Roughly.
Well, in between 12 and 6 to a pound.
Every Tuesday and Thursday.
Every month. Oh, Kate. Oh, I won't even last till Christmas. Oh, Kate, Kathy, my darling Kathy Dugan.
Come on, we'll go now and tell them.
Tell who?
Mammy and Daddy, they're at home tonight. We must go now, Gar, now.
Oh, no, sure, don't look at me shoes and me trousers.
Oh,
no.
What matter? It must be now, Gar.
What can I say?
That you want their permission to marry me next week.
Oh, God, they'll wipe the bloody floor with me.
Oh, Gar.
Oh, God, my knees are trembling.
Mommy, Daddy, yoo-hoo!
Mr. Dugan, Senator Dugan, I want to ask your permission. Oh God, no.
Yoo-hoo! Where is everybody?
Mrs. Dugan, Kate and I have to get married right away. Oh Christ, no.
Where is everybody? Yoo-hoo!
Oh, the boys could only see you now.
Oh, here. Don't look so miserable.
Oh, Kate, I think we should wait till next Sunday.
Remember, Gar, it's up to you. Entirely up to you.
And you, Kate?
Now, you have £20 a week, you have 5,000 in the bank, and your father's about to retire. Just take Gar and I, Daddy.
Oh, hello, Gareth. You're a stranger.
Speak, you dummy, you!
Oh, where's Mammy?
She's watching TV.
Mr. Dugan, I want...
Go on.
I won't be staying long.
Francis arrived when you're out. He took a few days off, decided to come north.
Oh, cripes, man!
He's here.
Inside with your mother. Ask him to join us, will you?
You talk to Daddy, Gar.
God, I will.
Dugan?
You've met Francis King, haven't you, Gareth?
Yes.
King of the bloody fairies.
Well, we don't want to raise Kate's hopes unduly, but there's a good chance he'll land a new dispensary job here.
Kate's hopes?
Didn't she tell you? No, I can see she didn't. Of course, there's nothing official yet, not even what you might call an understanding. But if this post does fall into his lap, well, let's just say her mother and I are living in hope. A fine boy, Francis. And we've known the Kings, since a way back. As a matter of fact, this fellow and I were class fellows at school, man. And later at university, when he studied medicine and I studied law, well, we knocked about quite a bit.
Oh, God! That old bitch! Cripes, you look a right fool standing there. The father of 14 children. Get out, you get out. Get out before the others come and die laughing at you. Oh, and all the time she must have known the old bitch. You promised her breakfast in bed every morning, and you told her about the egg money.
Your father, Gareth.
He's talking to you, thick skull.
Your father, how is he?
Oh, yeah, he's gone, Mr. Dugan.
Get out!
Mr. Dugan, I better be off.
Aren't you waiting for supper? The others will be along in a moment.
No, I have to make up 500 bait with sugar bags.
Brilliant!
Make sure you say goodbye to...
Certainly. Well, Gareth, Kate is our only daughter, and her happiness is all that is important to us. What I'm trying to say
Give
is...
the woman in the bed more porter, give the man beside her water, give the woman in the bed more porter, more porter for the woman in the bed.
Well, just in case you might have an idea.
Mr. Dugan, good night.
Goodbye, Gareth.
Where's Gar?
Well, he didn't seem too anxious to stay.
But didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Mrs. Dr. Francis King. September the 8th, harvest sunshine. Red carpet and white lilies, Sean Horgan singing Bless This House. And him whipped off to Sligo jail 2 days later for stealing turf. Honeymoon in Mallorca. We couldn't afford to take her to Malahide. Gar old sod. Wasn't it a sore old hawk on the old prestige, eh? As I mean to say, the privacy of the bedroom between me, you and the wall, couldn't it leave a deep scar on the old skitter of a soul? What I mean to say is, between me, you and the wall, didn't you make it sort of bad, as the fella says?
Philadelphia, here I come.
But then again, the fella says there's more fish in the sea. I'm sure they're all the same when they're upside down. I was thinking, Gar old sod, sure the first thing you'd have to do would be to give the boot to Daddy Senator, Mr. Fair Play Lawyer Senator Dugan. Her happiness is all that's important to us. You know, of course, that he carries one of those wee black cards on the inside pocket of his jacket. Privately printed for him. I'm a Catholic. In case of accident, send for a bishop. You know, too, that in his spare time, he travels for maternity corsets. And he's a double spy for the Knights and for the Masons. And that he takes pornographic photographs of Mrs. D and sends them anonymously to Reverend Mothers. And when you think of a bugger like that, well, you want to get down on your knees and thank God for old Screwballs. So you're going to America in the morning, son?
Yes, Father.
Nothing like it to broaden the mind. Man, how I'd love to travel. But there's some it doesn't suit. Like me here.
In what way, Father?
Oh, the bowels. Oh, let me move an inch from the house here. And the stall.
No.
Oh, like the time I went to Lough back in 35. Not a budge. Sure, the bare feet was nothing to the agonies I went through. I was bound up for a full 2 weeks after.
Aye, but sure, it taught you a lesson, didn't it?
Didn't it just? Sure, I wouldn't think of travelling now.
Aye, anchored by the ass.
Bound by the bowels.
Tethered by the toilet. Oh, tragic.
Not bad. Not bad at all, and well preserved for a father of 14 children.
Hey, you little chick, you live on my block.
Sure do, big handsome boy.
Mind if I walk you past the incinerator to the elevator?
You're welcome, slick operator.
Then me and you will go upstairs and, want me to spell it out for you?
You say a cute thing, big handsome boy.
Oh, malted milk at the corner drugstore.
Wow.
A movie at the downtown drive-in.
Wow.
Oh, 2 hamburgers, 2 Cokes, and 2 slices of blueberry pie.
Wow.
Then we'll go up to my apartment and we'll...
Hey, Mary and Jane, will you quit them antics?
You should knock before you come into a man's bedroom.
Man, I battered you every Saturday night till you were a big louse for 14. You're 14.
Sure, how was I to know that?
I'm a type horse calling you. Do you know what you're in for a calling when you go across? Boss! I forgot to tell you. Nellie had a wee baby this morning.
Go on.
A wee girl. £7 and 4 ounces.
And how many that you have now, Madge?
I have 4 grandnieces and 3 grandnephews. And they're going to call this one Madge. Or so she says.
Oh, because Madge will her. Tell her she'll get an elephant out of me first week's wages. An elephant for little wee Madge.
I had a feeling it was going to be a wee girl this time. Maybe I'll take her run over on Sunday and square the place up for her. She could do with a bit of help with 7 of them.
Oh, Madge, you're no old duck.
Aye, so. Wee Madge. Maybe.
Now what are you sad about? Just because she lives for those Mulhern children and gives them whatever few halfpence she has. Madge, I think I love you more than any of them. Give me a piece of your courage, Madge. And here comes your pleasure. Your little ray of sunshine. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you the one, the only, the inimitable, the irrepressible, the irresistible County Councillor, Mr. S.B. O'Donnell. And tonight, Mary Celeste is wearing a cheeky little headdress by Pamela of Park Avenue. Eminently suitable for cocktail parties, morning coffee, or just casual shopping. It is of brown V&S felt and contrasts boldly with the beach ensemble created by Sam. The pert little apron is detachable. Thank you, Mary Celeste. And underneath we have the Italian tapered line slacks in ocelot. I would draw your attention to the diamond-coloured stud, which is highly decorative and can be purchased separately at our boutique. We call this seductive outfit indiscretion. It can be worn 6 days a week, in or out of bed. Have a seat, Screwballs. Thank you. Remove the hat. On again. Perfectly trained. The most obedient father I ever had. And now, for a nightly lesson in the English language. Repeat slowly after me. Another day over.
Another day over.
Good. Next phrase. I suppose we can't complain.
I suppose we can't complain.
Not bad, not bad. Now for a little free conversation. But no obscenities, Father dear. The child is only 25. Well, come on. Where's that old rapier wit of yours? The toast of the Ballybeg coffee houses?
Did you set the rat trap in the store this evening?
Well, listen to your right. That father of yours just kills me. But wait.
I didn't see him many about the year.
Wonderful! Fantastic! I didn't find as many about the year. Well, listen, he informed tonight. Well, listen, did you ever hear the bait of that? But hold it. That's what we were waiting for. Complete informality. Total relaxation between intimates. So now we can begin, Screwballs. I'm addressing you, Screwballs. Thank you. Screwballs, we've eaten like this for the past 20-odd years. And in all that time, we haven't made as much as one unpredictable remark. And although you refuse to acknowledge the fact, Screwballs, I'm leaving you forever. I'm going to Philadelphia to work in a hotel. And you know why I'm going, don't you? Because I'm 25 and you treat me as if I were 5. Because you pay me less than you pay Madge. But worse, far worse, because we embarrass one another. If one of us was to say, you're looking tired, or that's a bad cough you have, the other would fall over backwards with embarrassment. So tonight, do you know what I want you to do? I want you to make one unpredictable remark. And though I'll still be on that plane in the morning, I'll have doubts. Maybe I should have stuck it out. Maybe the old codger did have feelings. Maybe I've maligned the old bastard. So let's say, once upon a time, a rainbow ended in our garden. Say, I like to walk across the white strand when there's a misty rain falling. Say, Gar sod, Gar old son, why don't you stick it out here with me? For it's not such a bad old bugger of a place after all. So will you go on? Will you say it? Say it! Say it!
Fair enough. I didn't find as many about the year.
Madge!
No need to roar like that.
Madge, we're out of bread!
You know where the bread is kept, don't you?
Madge!
Well, isn't it a pity you lost the power of your legs?
Well, I'm getting myself sore.
The chatting in this place would deafen a body. Won't the house be quiet soon enough? Long enough?
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France, splendid ofteness at Versailles. Go on, what's the next line?
I suppose you'll be looking for that.
I heard it, didn't I?
I didn't say you didn't. There's no need to count it, it's all in it.
I didn't say I was going to count it, did I?
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Here, Joe, more tea.
So you know I never take a second cup.
So you know I never take a second cup. Okay, Screwballs. It's better this way, isn't it? They can't teach new tricks to two old dogs like us. But in the meantime, there's a little matter I'd like to discuss with you. It's nothing really. It's just something I'm rather hesitant to bring up. I'm advised by the very best church authorities that you'll only be too glad to discuss it with your son. Admittedly, we're both a bit late attacking the issue now, but the thing is, wonderful weather, truly wonderful for the time of year, a real heat wave, all things considered.
A body wouldn't get a word in edgeways with G2.
Madge, such a keen sense of humour. Don't you agree? Oh, I love people with a sense of humour. Oh, sure, it's the first thing I look for in a person when I meet them. Oh, I seize them by the throat and I say to them, have you a sense of humour? And if they have, I feel at home with them immediately. But where was I? Our little chat. The thing is, Screwballs, you see, I suspect I think I'm a sex maniac. Please don't try, Screwballs. Please don't say anything. And above all, please don't stop eating. All I ask for is that you let me talk. Communicate. That's what they all advise. Communicate. Pour out your pent-up feelings into a sympathetic ear. So all I ask now, Screwballs, is that you listen. You see, as I said, I think I suspected that I'm an SM. But I'm not the only one. Some of the boys around here are far worse than me. Why? Why do I think we're all SMs? Well, because none of us is married, and because we're never done boasting about the amount of hot courts we know. And the thing is, we're all virgins because... No! Hey, someone's coming! Not a word. Our secret. Scout's honour.
Good evening, Master Boyd.
Master Boyd, how are you keeping?
Gar, no, don't stir. I know you dropped in for a second.
Sure. Sit down and join us.
No, I'm not stopping. Here's a seat for you. I'm going into the store to sort out a few bits.
Well, don't let me stop you.
I'll be out before you go.
Well, if you've work to do.
Ignorant bastard. On his way to the pub. God, but you're a sorry wreck. Arrogant and pathetic. But yes, whatever it is about you.
Tomorrow morning, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow morning, getting the mail van, the Leinster van.
You're doing the right thing, of course. You'll never regret it. I gather it's a vast, restless place that doesn't give a damn about the past. That's the way it should be. Impermanence and anonymity offers great attractions. You heard about the latest to-do?
Another round with the cannon, is it? No, it isn't here.
Aye, but the thing is, he can't sack me. The organisation's behind me and he can't budge me. Still, it's a bitter victory to hold onto a job when you know the manager wants rid of you.
Look it. Everyone around here knows the kind the cannon is.
I didn't tell you, did I? I might be going out there myself.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, I was offered a big post in Boston. The head of education at a reputable university. 3 months they gave me to think it over. What are you going to do?
Work in a hotel.
You have a job waiting for you?
Yep, in Philadelphia.
You'll do all right. You're young and strong, of average intelligence.
Good old boy, I'll get the dig in.
Yes, it was as ugly and squalid as all the other to-dos before the whole school. The priest and the teacher, dedicated moulders of the mind. Are you staying with friends?
With Aunt Lizzie.
Oh, of course, yes. Go on, try him.
You knew her, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I knew all the Gallagher girls. Lizzie and Una, Rose, Agnes. And Nora, my mother. Did you love her? A long time ago. In the past. He comes here every night to see your father, doesn't he?
The canon? Ah, yeah, but sure. That's until later on in the evening.
I think about him so much. I feel a peculiar attachment to him. Funny, isn't it? Do you remember the Christmas you sent me the packet of cigarettes? Or the day you brought the pot of jam up to the digs? It was you, wasn't it?
Poor boy.
All children are born with great generosity.
Ah, I remember very well, yeah.
3 months to get me to think it over. Oh, by the way, Gareth, a little something to remember your old teacher by. My poems.
Oh, thanks very much, Master Boyle.
I had them printed privately there last month. Some of them are a bit mawkish, but you will not notice any distinction.
Thanks, Master Boyle.
Now, I'm not going to give you any advice, but is that clock right? Not that you would heed it, even if I did. You were always very obstinate. But I would suggest you strike out on your own as soon as you find your feet. Don't keep looking back over your shoulder. Be 100% American.
I will indeed, Master Boyle.
Oh, there's an inscription there on the flyleaf. By the way, Gar, you couldn't lend us 10 shillings until that. Sure. I was going to say until next week, but you will be long gone by then.
Surely.
You seem to have come out without me wallet. Go on, give him the quid. Thanks. I'll be moving on, so I knew all the Gallagher girls from Balcha Free. Maura, and Una, and Lizzie, and Rose, Agnes, Maura, your mother. You might have been my father. Oh, another thing, if you come across any newspapers or magazines that might be interested in the occasional poem, perhaps you'll send me some addresses.
I'll keep a lookout for you, Master Boyle.
Not that I write as much as I should. You know the way you get caught up in things. But listen, I'm talking too much as usual and you're packing to do. Good luck, Gar.
Master Boyle?
Forget Ballybeg in Ireland.
It's easier said.
Perhaps you'll write me?
Oh, I will indeed.
Aye, the first year, maybe the second.
Oh, thanks, Master Boyle.
Good luck, Gareth.
Thanks for the book.
Oh, get a grip on yourself!
Lord, the speed of that lad. And his tongue hanging out for a drink.
Wait, get to your room.
God knows, I don't blame the canon for wanting rid of the manners about this place.
You're still going, remember? You're still going. At 7:15. He's nothing but a drunken old schoolmaster. A conceited, arrogant washout.
Oh, God, the creator and redeemer of all the faithful.
Oh, get a grip on yourself, man. Don't be such a damn sentimental fool. Philadelphia, here I come.
Maura, Una, Agnes,
Oh
Lizzie,
yeah, man.
Maura.
You're gonna cut a bit of dash in them there states. All those big sexy dames and nightclubs and
Patty
dances
McDowell, Patty Dugan.
where bowers of flowers bloom in the spring.
I don't.
Each morning and dawning, everything is bright and gay. Sun-kissed missus, don't be late. Sing up, man. That's why I can hardly wait.
Philadelphia, here I come.
That's it, laddie book. Philadelphia, here I come. Last night she came to me. She came softly in. So softly she came that Her feet made no din. Then she laid her hands on me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. Bloody hell, Donald, what are you at? Get up, keep active. The devil makes work for idle hands. It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France, then the Dauphiness of Versailles. Tell me this and tell me no more. Why did a hen cross the road? Why, to get to the other side. Why did a hen lay an egg? Why? Because it can't lay a brick. Why does a sailor wear a round hat? Why? To cover his head. Naught out of 3. Very poor for a man of average intelligence. That's the style. Keep busy, keep the mind active and well stretched, knowing the best that's taught and written in the world. And you wouldn't call Daddy Senator your father-in-law. Give the woman in the bed more porter, give the man beside her water, give the woman in the bed more porter for the woman in the bed. You know what, lad? Just looking at you there. Well, you'd make a hell of a fine president of the United States. But you would.
If you're born an American citizen.
True for you. What about chairman of General Motors? Boss of the Teamsters Union? What about Hollywood? Hollywood?
No, it's not what it used to be.
Damn it, but you're hard to please. Still, there must be something great in store for you. The U.S. Senate. Senator Gareth O'Donnell, Chairman of the Foreign Aid Committee. Is there something you'd like to say, Senator, before we publish the findings of your committee?
I have nothing more to say.
Just a few words.
Nothing further to add.
Isn't it true that suspicion has fallen on Senator Dubin?
No comment.
Isn't it true that Senator Dubin is indeed the grandfather of 14 unborn illegitimate children? That he sold his daughter to the king of the fairies for a pot of gold? And that a Chinese spy, known to the FBI as Screwballs...
Screwballs?
Screwballs?
Describe him.
Tall, blonde, athletic-looking,
military mustache.
Very handsome. He uses a diamond cigarette holder.
Often accompanied by a dark, seductive woman wearing a low-cut evening gown.
Wears a monocle, fluent in many languages.
But seldom speaks. Man of few words.
Drives a cream convertible. Villas in Budapest, Cairo and Istanbul.
Merchant prince. To deal with tobacco.
That's me, man. To a T. Thing is, what do we do with him?
Sell him to a harem.
Scara Sagrada. What? Is it the boys? The boys coming to say goodbye. Oh, it's Madge. Old fluke feet Madge.
Madge? Madge?
Off again. You know what you're doing, don't you? Taking images and impressions and memories of things that'll only make you bloody miserable. In a way, that's what you want, isn't it? Oh, bugger! Bugger's right. Bugger's absolutely correct. Back to the job. Be methodical. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch your baby by the toe. Would all passengers holding immigration visas please step this way? Passport?
Passport.
Visa.
Visa.
Vaccination cert.
Vaccination cert.
Currency.
$80.
Sponsorship papers.
Signed by Mr. Cole Sweeney.
Uncle Con and Aunt Lizzie, who made this whole thing possible. Read her letter again, strictly for belly laughs.
Dear nephew Gar, just a line to let you know that your Uncle Con and me have finalised all the plans.
Uncle Con and I.
And we will meet you at the airport and welcome you in and bring you to our apartment, which you see is located at a pretty nice locality. And you will have the spare room with a TV and air conditioning and window meshes and your own bathroom with a shower.
Adjacent to RC Church, no children, other help kept.
You will begin at the Emperor Hotel on Monday 23rd, which is only about 20 minutes away.
Monsieur, Madame?
Con says it is a fine place for to work, and the owner is Mr. Patrick Polynicus, who is half Irish.
Patrick?
And half Greek.
Polynicus.
His grandfather came from County Mayo.
Be the hawking. The Greek from Balmullet.
We know you will like it here and work hard.
Monsieur, Madame. Monsieur, Madame. Monsieur, Madame.
You remember our short trip to Ireland last September with happy thoughts, and look forward to see you again. Sorry we missed your father that day. We had Ben Burton in for dinner last evening. He sends his regards.
Right sort, Ben.
Until we see you again at the airport, all love, Elise.
Elise? Damn it, Lizzie Gallagher, but you came up in the world.
P.S. About paying back the passage money, which you mentioned in your last letter, desist. No one's crying about it.
Aye. Ben Burton was a right skin.
You're invited to attend the wedding of Miss Kathleen Dougal, Portmore House.
You've got to get over this moody drivelling. He arrived in the afternoon, remember? A beautiful harvest day, sun shining, not a breath of wind. And you were on your best behaviour. And Madge got all hookly at the carry-on at him. And you couldn't take your eye off your Aunt Lizzie, your mother's sister. This was your mother's sister, remember?
Anyhow, there we were, all sitting like stuffed ducks in the front seat. Una, Agnes, and Rose, and Mother, and me. And you know Mother, all dickied up in her good black shawl and everything. And up at the altar is Moira, all by herself, and her shoulders sort of working, you know. Well, you couldn't tell if she was crying or giggling. Oh, she was a hell of a one for giggling. But maybe she was crying that morning. I don't know.
Get on with the story, honey.
Would you please desist in busting in on me? Anyway, this will kill you. I'm here, and Mother's here, and Agnes is here. And Agnes leans across Mother to me and says in this hell of a loud voice, oh, this really does kill me. She says in this whisper of hers, now you know the size of Baldy Free Chapel. Well, you couldn't swing a cat in that place. That chapel's still there, isn't it? Hasn't fallen down or nothing.
Unless it fell down in the last couple of hours. We drove there this morning, remember?
Oh, yeah. So we did. Fine place. Made me feel sort of... What the hell was I talking about?
Agnes leaned over to you and said,
Oh, thanks, Ben. Oh, a great friend with a great memory. I tell you, Gar, Ben Burton is 100% the first and best friend we we met when we went out. Right, honey?
Right.
Way back in 37.
38.
October 23rd, 1937. We sailed for the United States with nothing in our pockets, no job to go to. And what does Ben do?
Guy in a million.
He gives us an apartment, he gives us the dough, he gives us 3 meals a day. Until Bonzo there finally gets himself a job. Treats us as if we were his own skin and bone. Right, honey?
Right.
So, let nobody say nothing about Ben Burke. And then when he finally gets himself a job in this downtown store,
First job was with the construction company.
would you desist? His first job was with Young and Peck's, hauling these packing cases and things. Then he moved to the construction company, and then we got a place of our own.
You were telling us what happened that morning.
What the hell is he talking about?
The morning my mother and father got married.
Oh, that day. Wasn't that day something? With the wind howling and the rain splashing about, and Mother, oh, may God be good to her, well, she thought just because Maura got a guy with a big store, we should all have got guys with big stores. But poor Maura, we were so alike, you know, Maura and me, in every way. But he was good to her. I'll say that for S.B. O'Donnell. Real good to her. Where the hell is he anyway? Why won't S.B. O'Donnell, my brother-in-law, meet me?
He told you. He's away at a wedding.
What way?
Some local girl in Dublin, Doc.
What local girl? You think I'm a stranger here or something?
What local girl?
Senator Dugan's daughter.
Kathy.
Oh, never heard of him. Some Johnny Hop-Up, I suppose. When did they start having senators in this place, for God's sakes?
You got a Senate in Dublin, just like our Senate, don't you?
Now then, you don't start telling me nothing about my own country. You got enough problems of your own. You just leave me to manage this place, okay?
Sorry, Elise.
Oh, Ben. Only that I'm a good Irish American Catholic. And believe me, they don't come much better than that. And only that I'm stuck with Rudolph Valentino over there. I take my chances with Ben Burton any day. Black Lutheran and all that he is.
Are there any clarions to spare, or are they all ordered?
They're all ordered, Madge.
2 big deals out there, honey, huh?
Thank you, Gareth.
Thank you, Gareth.
Honey, you think about what we were discussing?
I will, Uncle Con.
Your job's as good as you'll get. We'd be proud to have you.
Don't force him.
I'm not forcing him. I'm only telling him.
Well, now you told him 12 times. So desist, will you?
I will think about it. Honest, I will.
Sure. Typical Irish. He'll think about it, and while he's thinking about it, the star falls in above his head. What age are you now? 24, 25? What are you waiting for? First me to run away to sea? For the weather to get better?
Honey.
I'm talking straight to the kid. He's Maura's boy, and I got an interest in him. The only nephew I have. Am I right or am I wrong?
I'm still up in Bolshevik Free Chapel.
Well, give him no more to drink. You're sitting in the home of S.B. O'Donnell and my deceased sister Moira there.
You were telling us about the morning they got married, honey. Over Baldy Free Chapel.
I know, but you keep busting in on me.
You were telling us what Agnes whispered to you.
Oh, Aggie. Poor Aggie dead. Moira dead. Rose dead. Una, Mother Lizzie, all dead, thank God.
Honey, you're Lizzie.
So what?
Honey, you're not dead.
Are you gone senile all of a sudden? Give him no more to drink. For God's sake, who says I'm dead?
You're very much alive, Elise.
Thanks, Ben. Oh, a great friend with a great intellect. Only one thing wrong with Ben Burton. He's a Black Baptist.
For the record, Gar, I'm Episcopalian.
Episcopalian, Baptist, Lutheran, what's the difference? As my pastor, Father O'Flaherty says. My dear brethren, he says, let the whole cartload of them and the whole zoo of them be unto thee as the Pharisees to the publican.
Honey.
He's still the best friend we had. And we've had many good dear friends, right, honey?
Right?
But not one of them holds a candle to Ben Burton. Look, comparisons they're not in the halfpenny place of them.
Bang on, Elise.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Honey.
And that's what I say to you. America's God's own country. Ben?
Don't ask me. I was born there.
What do you mean, don't ask me? I am asking you. He should come out or he shouldn't. Which is it?
Just another place to live. Ireland, America, what's the difference?
You tell him, honey. You tell him the setup we have. We got this ground floor apartment, see? And a car that's air conditioned. Oh, and a colour TV. Oh, and the biggest collection of Irish records you ever did see. And $15,000 in federal bonds.
Honey.
And a deep freezer. Oh, in the backyard. Oh, and a great big cherry tree with squirrels and night owls and the smell of lavender in the spring and long summer's evenings and a snow Christmas. Oh, and a great big Christmas tree in the parlour. And it's all so goddamn awful because we got nobody to share it with.
It's okay, honey, okay.
Oh, but he's my sister's boy. The only boy of 5 girls.
I'll get the car around front.
And we spent a fortune on doctors, didn't we, honey? But it was no good. And then I says to him, we'll go back to Ireland, and Maura's boy, we'll offer him everything. You know, everything we have.
No.
Maybe we could coach them, you know? A sort of bribery. But we'd give them everything we've ever gathered.
Oh, keep it.
And all the love we have in us.
No. Honey, we've a long drive back to the hotel.
That was always typical of us Gallagher girls, you know, shooting our mouths off. Impetuous. Talking too much. Not like the O'Donnells. Sorry, cold.
Don't, man, don't. Gloves, honey. It's been a heavy day.
Tell your boy that I'm sorry I did not get the opportunity to make you...
I want to go to America straight away, if you'll have me.
Laddie! Sure, son. You think about it.
Gar, honey,
Look, son.
you want to come to us, Gar? To our home?
Ben's waiting, Elise.
If you'll have me.
If we'll have him. Sure, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm half shot up. Oh, Gar, my son.
Oh, no, don't touch me, not yet. Oh, God.
Gar.
September the 8th, harvest sunshine, not a breath of wind. And this was your mother's sister. And that's how you were got. Right, honey? Silly and impetuous like a galler. Uncertainties. None. Little niggling reservations.
None.
Her grammar.
None.
Oh, but honey, wasn't it something?
Oh, shut up!
Her vulgarity.
Oh, bugger off!
Oh, she'll tuck you in to your wee air-conditioned cot every night and croon, sleep well, my honey child. Oh, but she got you soft on account of the day that was in it, didn't she? Because she said you were an O'Donnell. Cold like.
It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France.
Oh, but when she put her arms around you,
In the Dauphiness.
well.
Oh, shut up!
Poor little orphan boy. Shut up, Mama!
Madge!
Admit it, lad. You don't want to go. Madge don't want to go.
Oh, God, Madge! Where's my coat? I left it in my room on my bed. things alone, you wouldn't be such a bad old nuisance.
Don't you dare come home drunk.
I'm going off. Now, have a few drinks to say goodbye to the boys. And what I do is a matter entirely to myself.
The boys couldn't even come here to say goodbye to you on your last night.
Straight to the bone.
You mind your business, and I'll mind mine.
How many of them are getting the pension now?
Here, if you'll be in bed when I come home, I want to call at 6:30.
The clock will be set. If you hear it, well and good. Year after year, reading that old paper, and not a tooth in your head. If you had any decency in you at all, you'd keep them teeth in when there's a lady in your presence. I mean it. It drives me mad. The sight of you. And I have that much work to do. The stairs has to be washed down, and the store to be swept, and your room has to be done out. And I'm telling you, I'll be that busy for the next couple of weeks. I won't have time to lift me head.
One way to put the fear of God up them bastards. Every time, you know where.
Who's the ref, Ned?
Jimmy Pat Barney from Dunmore. Where's the old fella?
Actually, he's probably in the shop. Relax, man.
That, or the need. It's the only game them gits can play. We can play it too.
They have a hell of a forward line now to say.
They'll all be in crutches this day week. By God, I can hardly wait to get me stuff planted into wee bastard Oren's face.
All the same, Jimmy Pat Barney, he's a guy who put you off very quick.
Oh, he won't say a word to me. He knows his match when he meets it.
I just thought I heard someone whispering, so you finally made it.
True to our word, Madge, that's us.
Sure. I met them when they were on the way down here, Madge.
I saw. And Mr. Sweeney too, huh? Gentlemanly as ever.
Come on over here, Madge, we're here. I take some of that starch out of you. I was hitting that fella bent your knee.
None of your smutty talking here, Mr. Sweeney. And if the boss comes in and finds the
Relax, I'll sort it out.
Boys, how are you?
You're just jealous because you're past it. That's what's wrong with you. Right, Ned?
Well, boys, when you're lining up on the pitch on Sunday, I'm sure you'll be thinking of me, because I'll be thinking of ye.
Lucky bloody man, Gar. I wish I was in your shoes.
By the way, lads, who was that blondie thing I seen at last mass on Sunday?
A big redhead.
Are you bloody well deaf? A blondie? She wouldn't be one of Maggie Hanger's nieces, would she?
There was two of them, sitting over near the box.
Oh, my God, I only seen one.
But they're English. They're staying up in the hotel. The big red thing, she's one of Neil McFadden's girls.
Annie, is Annie home?
Oh, by God, she is. I heard Mammy saying it.
Bloody great. That's me fixed up for the next 2 weeks, so... Were any yous ever on that job?
No, I wasn't.
For God's sake, she wouldn't spit on you.
Gamey is her going, Big Annie, but you'd need the constitution of a horse. I had her for the fortnight she was home last year, and she damn near killed me.
Big Annie from up above there in the quarry.
You know, Gar, the one with the squint. Andy McFadden has no squint.
Go and take a run and jump for yourself, Ned.
What do you mean?
You were never with Annie McFadden in your puff.
Are you calling me a liar?
What's the point?
We've had neighbours there, Gar. Many's a time. Aren't you, Ned?
Have it your own way, so.
Maybe she got the squint straightened since I last saw her. Damn it, you could walk from here to Cork now, you wouldn't see a woman with a squint.
I just don't like lads getting snottery with me. That's all.
The boys. They weren't always like this, were they? There was always a lot of crack, wasn't there? There was always a lot of laughter, wasn't there?
There's a life around the place next week, boys. The carnival. Too bad you miss it, Gar. Because it was a holy fight last year. Night after night. You remember?
Bloody cows, the whole bloody lot of them.
Do you remember the night with the two greener people?
Stop!
Talk about hot things.
Oh, the liveliest wee tramps I ever laid.
And the fat one from Dublin that you picked up at the dance. The one that hauls you down into the ditch.
I was never the same since.
Whatever it is about him, if there's a fast woman in the country, she'd go for Ned first thing. The lucky bugger. A lucky bugger.
Well, aim for off in the morning, boys.
Aye, so.
Brooklyn, isn't it?
No, Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. That's where Jimmy Curran went, isn't it? Philadelphia.
Mind the night that me and Jimmy went down to the caves with them two Dublin skivvies that was working above in the lodge. Were you? No, you missed that night, Gar.
Was I there, Ned?
And you mind their size of wee Jimmy? 5 foot nothing, and scared of his shadow.
Best goalie we ever had.
Oh, one of the women was Gladys, and the other was Emmy or something.
Damn it, I remember now. Gladys and Emmy, that was it, Ned.
Anyhow, so the rest of us went in for a swim.
In the bloody pelt.
And your man Jimmy was left in the caves with the women. And what the hell did they do but whip the trousers off him?
No, I wasn't there that night.
And the next thing we see is wee Jimmy coming racing across the White Strand and the two Dublin cows hearing after him.
Not a stabber.
And him screaming at the top of his voice, "Save me, boys, save me!"
He never drew a breath till he reached home.
You missed that night, Gareth.
Save me, boys, save me!
I don't think we went to bed that night at all.
Yeah, maybe sure we didn't.
Powerful.
We were all there that night, Ned. And the girls' names was Gladys and Susan. And they sat on the rocks, dangling their feet in the water, while we sat in the caves, peeping out at them. And then Jimmy Curran suggested we all go in for a swim. So we ran across to the far side of the shore, and we splashed around like schoolboys. Then we went back to the cave, and we wrestled with one another. Then, Tom, out of sheer boredom, you said we take the trousers off of Curran, just to show how manly we were. But when brave Ned started at Jimmy, 5 foot nothing, remember? We, Jimmy, defied not only the brave Ned, but the whole lot of us. So we straddled back home, one after the other. We left the girls dangling their feet in the water. And that was that night.
Well, boys, if the ground's not too hard on Sunday, you have a great chance, eh?
Hard or soft? I've a few out scores to settle.
But sure, you won't get as good as a half-back as the one you're losing, eh?
Do you know what I'm thinking? We better see about transport.
Damn it, you're right. I get down, fellas, not easy enough. We do get Joe Charlie's lorry.
Oh, just maybe. I better try him tonight.
Look, boys, what about a song from Gar before we finish?
What time is it?
That's early. It's early in the night.
It's 9:20.
Just we better move then. Charlie was talking about going to a dance in Ardmore.
Damn it. That's an idea, right?
Because we'll all go, lads. One big last night for Gar, huh?
Ardmore? Are you thinking mad? The women in that place don't know what they're for.
True for you. They'll scream their heads off if you lay a hand on them.
That's what we do, so I call up home to see Charlie about the van, and then up to the hotel for a dirty big booze up.
I don't like drinking in that place.
Them two English bits, what's their names?
Them strangers! You wouldn't have a chance there. They do nothing but walk around and look at weeds and stuff.
Who wouldn't have a chance?
I know, Ned, but them two, they're sort of stiff looking, like they work in a post office or something.
Aye.
But sure, they're women, aren't they?
Oh, damn it, we might. Still, I don't know. They need a lot. What do you think?
I bought me stay here.
Boys, I have an early start in the morning, so you can count me out.
£10 to a shilling, I click. With one or other of them.
I won't be here to collect me winnings.
Come on, any takers. Never clapped eyes with my man from 10 notes to the bar.
I know what that look in his eyes.
Oh, I bloody men, boys, the blood's up, the blood's up. And he off to the front, and he volunteers for a dirty big booze up and a couple of women.
No, I don't think I'm informed tonight.
Did he say women? Sign me on.
We'll show them a weed or two, eh?
Yeah, out to the sunbanks. Get them in the bloody grass.
We're away, we're away. Wait, how much money have you?
2 shillings, 3 pence. 3 shillings, 5.5 pence.
A knife, 6 and 2 pence. All I can have to do, say a player they're fast and thrifty.
Dirty old brute. Lead the way, bud.
Oh, I tell you, boys, the blood's up, the blood's up.
Are you coming, lad?
Well, I have an early start, I have people 6:30, so I won't be going anyway.
It's a long guard, sure. You know the old rule. If you can't be good, be.
Send us a packet of playing cards. The ones with the dirty pictures on the back.
And if the women are as easy as the money out there, we might think of joining them. Right, old cock?
Hold on, regardless.
Seeing as I'll not be seeing you again before you go.
Hey, what are you at? At least rental was sure the women.
Shut up! If any of them Yankee scuts try to beat you up some dark night, you can, you know. There's a bloody big bucket on it. Oh, there's many you get my scotch with that.
Safe enough, lads.
I meant to buy you something good, but doubtfully he didn't sell the calf to the jobbers last Friday, and he could have. A stupid bastard. Just a bloody stupid bastard of an old fella.
Ed, thanks.
You got I'm looking for you, Gar.
Please, are we for the sandbanks or are we not?
You'll make out all right. However.
I know that look in his eyes.
Christ, there's one git I hate, it's you!
The blood's up, lads. When he goes on like that, the blood's up, alright. Hey, Ned! Ned, referee!
Well, hell are you waiting for?
I'm sure it's your last night and all, and I thought,
Go on, get to hell.
you should know yourself, though, to be hanging around the gable of the hotel and doing nothing.
Sure, them English women will be swept off their feet, huh?
You God, you're taking a hand to me now, too.
Go on, sure, look at you, missing out on the night of a lifetime.
Do you think?
Go on.
Maybe you're right, huh? You'd never know I could click tonight. Because, here, finish that for me, because so be a prayer that I do like. Because my blood is up now, too. Tell us, Gar, send us an old card or something.
I will indeed, Joe.
You're a lucky bloody man. I wish I was in your shoes.
Sure, there's nothing stopping you.
Well, the only thing is that Mammy planted sycamore trees last year. She kind of said I can go over till they're tall enough to shelter the house.
Sure, well, you have another 2 days to wait, so have you? Go on.
But will you tell Madge that the next time she invites us over for tea, we bloody well better get it?
Well, she invited you.
She's not why I was joking about keeping her word. Look, because if we want a tea, for God's sake, look, I better try to catch up with the boys before they do harm anyway. Look, I'll see you again anyway. Mind yourself, Gar. Good luck. So long, old cock. Good luck.
Madge! Oh, God!
They're louts. Ignorant, bloody louts. And don't look surprised, because you've always known it. And you know what they'll do tonight, don't you? They'll hover around the gable end of the hotel, taking the odd furtive peep into the lounge at those Englishmen, who'll hardly look up from their frigid knitting. Aye, many's the night you were there yourself, bucko. And But for Aunt Lizzie and the grace of God, they'll be there tonight too. Watching the lights go down over the village, listening to the doors being bolted and seeing the blinds being pulled. Not wanting to go home, not yet, trying to hold on to the night. Though nothing can happen now, nothing at all. Joe, Tom, and big, thick, generous Ned. They'll never know the fun there was, for there was fun, and there was laughter. Silly, foolish fun, and silly, foolish laughter. But what it was all about, you just can't remember. And yet, it's all you have, the memory. But now so soon, it's been distilled of all its coarseness. And what's left will be precious, precious gold.
Hello, Gar.
Kate!
This, isn't a healthy sign drinking by yourself?
Talk!
What the hell are you doing here?
I hear you're off to America.
Yeah, first thing in the morning.
And you wouldn't think of calling to say goodbye to friends, I suppose?
Well, I was going to, but
Careful, lad, careful.
well, sure, you know how it is, getting ready and all that, you know.
I understand, Gar.
She's a married woman, you bugger, you.
Philadelphia?
Yeah, here, take a seat.
To an aunt, is it?
Yeah, sister of my mother's.
And you're going to work in a hotel?
Yeah, sure. You know more about it than I do.
You know, Ballybeg, small town.
Sure, I'll probably go to night school, you know, at night time.
Brilliant!
Probably do, you know, medicine or law or something like that.
Like first art stumped you.
You do well, Gar, and make a lot of money, and in 20 years' time you'll come back here and you'll buy up the whole village.
Yeah, that's my ambition anyway. So, how's your father?
Fine, thank you, and Mr. O'Donnell?
Yeah, he's grand now, and how's Dr. King?
I hear no complaints.
It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France, then the Dauphiness at Versailles, and surely never lighted on this orb a more delightful vision. I saw her there above the horizon, decorating and cheering in the elevated sphere she had just begun to move in.
Do you know what? I'll probably come back after I make my first million, driving a Cadillac and smoking a big cigar and taking movie films.
You do well, Gar, and I hope that life will be very good to you.
Oh, I'll make sure life is good to me from now onwards.
Your father will miss you.
That's his lookout, isn't it? Do you know, if I was to spend another week here in Ballybeg, I'd go out of my bloody head. Just look around you. Everyone is out of their minds. Look at the cannon. Just look at my father. Sure. Look at the boys. Look at Master Boyle. Asylum cases. The whole bloody lot of them.
Shush!
Sooner or later, yeah. That's it, all right. Sooner or later, I hate this place, and we'll go out of their bloody minds. Everybody in it, everybody.
Oh, shush!
Oh, yeah. There's nothing about Ballybeg that I don't know. Every rock, every stone, every piece of heather in it. Hate it. And the sooner I get out of it, the quicker I like it.
It isn't as bad as that, Gar.
What else would you say? You're stuck here, aren't you?
Hey, that's enough!
You'll die here too. But I'm not stuck. I'm as free as the bloody wind.
All I meant was that, you know, that...
Oh, answerable to nobody. All this bloody yap about father and son, and all the sentimental rubbish about homeland and birthplace. Yap, bloody yap. Impermanence, anonymity. Oh, yeah. A vast restless place where no one gives a damn about your past. Oh, to hell with Ballybeg. That's what I said.
Shush!
I really better be going. Francis will be wondering what kept me.
Oh, tell him I was asking for him.
Goodbye, Gar.
And you know what they say, Kate? If you can't be good, make sure you name the first one after me, huh?
Kate, sweet Cathy Dougal, my darling Cathy Dougal. Steady, boy, steady. It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France, and then the Dauphiness at Versailles, and surely never lighted on this orb. Oh God, oh my God, those thoughts are sinful. As beautiful Kitty one morning was tripping on a pitcher of milk. We'll go now, Gar, and tell them, Mammy and Daddy, they're at home tonight. It must be now, Gar, but it's up to you, entirely up to you.
Gut and salt them, fish.
And you're going to call this one Madge, or at least so she says.
Packet of cigarettes and a pot of jam.
A little something to remind you of your old teacher.
Don't keep looking over your shoulder. Be 100% American.
7 boys and 7 girls, and her daughters will be frail and silly and gentle like you. Oh, and I'll never wait till Christmas. I'll bloody well burst.
Goodbye, Gar. It isn't as bad as that. Goodbye, Gar. It isn't as bad as that. Goodbye, Gar. It isn't as bad as that.
Who was? Say something. Say something, Father.
Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for sinners now and forever that amen.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
This time tomorrow night, lad, you'll be saying the rosary all by yourself. Unless Aunt Lizzie and Con say it. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and the hour. Well, not this time tomorrow. Sure, it's only 4:30 in Philadelphia now, and when it's 9:30 here, it'll be the wee small hours of the morning there. Wee Screwballs will be tucked up asleep in his wee cot. Right, honey? And when he's dreaming, you'll be hovering down 58th Street at the junction at 35th with a big blonde on your arm, nuzzled up to you.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for sinners.
You want to be careful, lad. Some of them Yankee women are dynamite.
Holy Mary, Mother of God.
You will never marry. Bachelors written all over you. Fated to be alone. A man without intimates. Something of an enigma. Who is he? This silent one. Where is he from? Where does he go? Every night we see him walking along the canal banks, his black coat swaying behind him, his eyes lost in thought. His servant following at a respectable distance. Who is he? I'll tell you who he is. The bachelor. All the same, lad. There's compensations in being a bachelor. You'll age slowly, graciously. Then perhaps when you're quite old, about 43, you'll meet a beautiful girl of 19. You'll fall madly in love. Karen, that's her name. No. Tamara, granddaughter of an exiled Russian prince, and you'll be consumed by a magnificent passion. And you'll invite her to dinner this evening in your penthouse, and you'll be dressed in a deep blue velvet jacket, and the candles will discover magic fairy lights in her hair, and you'll say to her, Tamara, and she'll close her eyes, incline her face gently towards you, and whisper,
Your jacket!
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
when you sleep, Screwballs, do you dream? Do you ever dream of the past?
Blessed the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Of that wintry morning in Ballybeg,
Glory for the grace for us with thee.
or the 3 days in Bundoran, or of the young gay girl across the mountains,
Blessed the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
sometimes cries herself to sleep.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
God, Screwballs,
Thy womb, Jesus.
behind those dead eyes and that flat face, could it be there's memories of the precious past?
Thy womb, Jesus.
Have I been unfair to you? Is it possible that you've hoarded in that back of that mind of yours?
Thy womb, Jesus.
Do you remember? It was 15 years ago.
Blessed the fruit of thy womb.
I don't remember every detail. Some things are as vivid as can be.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed
The boat was blue.
Jesus.
The paint was peeling. It was an empty cigarette packet floating in the water at the bottom between two trout. The left roll-up kept slipping. And you'd given me your jacket and your hat because there'd been a shower of rain. And you had the rod in your left hand. You can still see the cork nibbled away at the butt. And maybe we've been chatting. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Between us at that time, there was this great happiness. You must remember too, it was far greater than a content. Oh, it was a great, great joy. An active, bubbling joy. Young as I was, I felt I knew that this was something precious. And the hat was soft at the top of my ears. Oh, I can feel it as I shrank back into your coat. And then for no reason at all, except that you were happy too, you began to sing. All around me hat I wear a green coloured ribbon, oh. All around my hat for 12 months and a day. And if anybody's asking me the reason why I wear it, it's all 'cause my own true love is far, far away.
Will you take your supper now?
Anytime suits you.
But what about St. Martin? Supper.
Yes, please, Madge.
I suppose even the saints must eat now and again.
What time do you make? It's 10:15. It's that time anyhow. Go on, try them. Do you know, our days are shortening. Do you know, we'll be running late before closing time. Go on, go on.
Do you remember the boat there that used to be up in Loch Core? What's that? The boat that used to be up in Loch Core, it was a blue boat. Do you remember it? A boat?
Oh, the cannon.
Oh, booger the cannon!
You're a terrible woman. Evening, cannon.
That Madge.
She's a sharp one, Madge.
She says, I wait till the rosary's over and the kettle is on. You wait, she says, till the rosary's over and the kettle is on.
She
she's a sharp one, Madge.
And how's the O'Donnell family tonight?
And how is the O'Donnell family tonight?
Living away as usual. Not a thing happening.
Liar.
Just so now, just so.
Will we have a game now, or will we wait till the supper comes in?
We may as well commence, Sean. I see no reason why we shouldn't commence.
Whatever you say, Hannah.
You wait, she said, till the rosary's over and the kettle is on.
She's a sharp one, Madge. She's a sharp one, Madge.
It'll be getting near your time, Gareth.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, Cannon.
Just so now, tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Black or white, Cannon?
Black or white?
Black for the crows and white for the swans.
Black for the crows and white for the swans.
Have a shot of the black tonight.
Maybe I will then.
Sure, I can't take the money off you every night.
Sure, I can't take the trousers off you every night.
Cannon O'Byrne. You had a great stroke of luck last night. I give you that, Cannon.
Do you know what?
What's that?
You'll have rain before the morning.
Did you so?
It's in the bones. The ladies give me an odd jab.
What would we do without rain here?
Before the morning, you'll have it.
We get our fair share of it here.
The best barometer I know.
We've no need of rain here.
Before the morning,
We get enough of it here.
the jabs are never wrong.
Stop press news flash sensation. We interrupt this programme to bring you the news that Canon Mick O'Byrne of Ballybeg, Ireland, has made the confident prediction that you'll have rain before the morning. Stand by for further bulletins.
You wait, she says, till the rosary's over and the kettle is on.
Usual stakes, Cannon.
I see no reason to alter it.
Or will we raise them just for the first game?
No, Sean, as the bishop says, the teenage, the way I see it, a halfpenny a game will neither make nor break heathens.
Have you begun already?
Shh!
Well, if it was turkeys or marble clocks that we're paying for, we couldn't be more serious.
Quiet, please.
Wouldn't you love to throw it round them?
Scald and hot.
And raise blisters on their old bald heads? God forgive me.
Madge,
What?
why don't you go up and see the new baby?
I have more on my mind than that.
Sure, go on there. They put up the old cups and the jars and plates and things.
And this the last night we'll have you to torment us.
Don't worry, Madge. We won't stop swapping dirty stories till you went up the road. Shh. Why don't you go ahead there now, sure? Then he'd be wondering why you didn't call up already.
Why so?
Sure, your own namesake, isn't it?
So she says.
If you go now, we'll be back before bedtime.
What do you think?
Go on.
I'm away. Oh, don't forget, them shorts isn't right aired.
Madge,
What is it?
don't. Why did my mother marry him and not Master Brian?
What?
She went out with both of them, didn't she?
She married a better man before.
But sure, she went with Master Brian first.
I told you before. She went with a dozen. That was the kind she was. Couldn't help herself.
And is that what started Master Brian drinking?
Well, if it was, more fool he. And any other nosing about that you want to do, ask the boss. But you're not going to pump me.
What the hell did you have to ask that for? Snapped out of it, man. We want no scenes tonight. Get up and get out. You're likely to get overexcited watching these two daredevils dicing with death. Your survival shelter. And brood. No, I'm not leaving. Just having a word with my Chinese mistress. Cannon battling tooth and nail for another halfpenny. Screwballs fighting valiantly to retain his trousers. Cannon versus county councillor. Cannonballs versus screwballs. Hi kids. Having fun, kids? Tell me, boys, strictly between ourselves, will you miss me? You will. Wonderful. Well, I want you to close your eyes. Please don't argue, my darlings. Just close your eyes and remember all the truly wonderful days we've spent together. Now, What do we talk about, eh? Let's talk about what? Women! No, Screwballs, not women. Not before you-know-who. Money! Sure, what interest have you in money, Canon? Sure, as long as you get to Tenerife 5 weeks every winter, what interest have you in money? But I'm wasting my time with you, Canon. Screwballs here is different. There's an affinity between Screwballs and me that nobody, literally nobody, could understand. Except you, Canon. Because you're kind, sympathetic and gentle. All things to all men. Because you could translate this awful loneliness, this dreadful buffoonery into Christian terms that would make life bearable for us all. And yet you don't say a word. Why, Canon? Why, arid Canon? Isn't it your job to translate? And yet you don't say a word. Or maybe this is just one of your bad nights. £1 to a shilling, I'll make you laugh. Screwballs, Screwballs, give me your answer do. I'm half crazy, oh, for the love of you. I'm off to Philadelphia, I'll leave you on the shelfie. £1 you owe me, money for our rope. And what about you, Canon? Any chance of giving us a bar?
Aye.
You will. Wonderful. What'll it be? A pop number? An old Gregorian Camalia? A whack of an old aria?
I had you cornered.
I had you cornered. Okay, I know it. I had you cornered that night in Casablanca, the night you said you loved me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you the top pop recording artists, Kenny O'Byrne and the Ballybeg Buggers, in their latest fabulous release, I Had You Cornered! Should old acquaintance be forgot, never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot, days of old anxiety? Yo! Mendelssohn! That's the bugger that'll tear the guts out of you. Hey, father! Give us a lash of old Mendelssohn, will ya? Resin the old bow and spitting the old hands. Listen. Can you hear it? Can you hear the music? Do you know what it says? It says that one day, a boy and his father sat in a boat on a lake on a showery day. And on that day, a great beauty happened. A beauty that's haunted the boy ever since. Because he doesn't know if it really happened, or if he just imagined it. There's two of us, he says. Each of us is all the other has. And yet, we can't even look at each other. Have pity on us, he says. Have goddamn pity on every goddamn man jack of us. Oh, to hell with all the strong, silent men.
What's that noise? What's that, Canon?
A noise of some sort.
I don't hear anything.
Wait.
Is it?
It's music, is it?
Music.
Aye. Music.
Oh, that'll be Gar then.
Oh.
Playing them all records of his.
Thought I heard something.
All he asked for is to stay in there all day, playing them all records of his.
Makes him happy.
An awful man for the records.
Just so I know it could be getting near his time, he was telling me.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Amazing the way time flies too, isn't it?
You wait, he says, till the rotary's over and they keep listening.
She's a sharp one, Madge.
Aha, there's hope for you yet.
Is there?
I wouldn't say die yet.
Maybe. Maybe.
I wouldn't say die yet. I wouldn't. Oh, that'll be Madge. Checking to see if the door is bolted. You'll not sleep again tonight, lad.
Oh, bugger!
4 more hours. Last time you lie in that bed. Last time you look at that pattern. Last time you listen to the silence of Ballybeg. The last time...
Oh, shut up!
It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France, then the Dauphiness of Versailles. Go in and get yourself a packet of aspirin, lad. That'll do the trick. Hey, Screwballs! Mind if I take a packet of aspirin? Send the bill to the USA, okay? Go on, get yourself a clatter of pills. Oh, my God! Lady Godiva!
Is this where you are?
I couldn't sleep.
Me neither. So I go to the shop maybe and get some aspirin.
It's hard to sleep sometimes.
Tis sometimes.
There's tea in the pot.
Huh?
If it's a headache you have.
I suppose it couldn't do me any harm, huh?
Now's your time, lad. In the small hours of the morning. Go and put your head on his shoulders and say to him, "How's me wee darling daddy?"
Show the cup.
You know I never take a second cup.
Playing hard to get, lad. It's your move. The younger man. Go out and say to him, "With 2 magnificent legs like that, how come 'twas you were never in showbiz?" Say to him, "It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France." Say, just say something.
You'll need new tyre for the van.
Which one's that?
The back left one. I told you it was done.
Oh, you did too.
What else? What else?
And do you know, we're now with plug tobacco as well.
Oh,
We was up the last of it there in Curran's Way.
I see.
Go on.
And you need a new glass for the window. Inside there, sure, the tinkers are around again.
Oh,
We're in there today at dinner time.
I was wondering, I seen a couple of things hanging over the ceiling there.
Yeah, I bought some cans off them. I bought 6 cans. Sure, wanted me to take a dozen of them.
They'll not go to waste.
Aye. Sure. You want me to take a dozen? I only took 6, eh?
6 is plenty.
Sure, they all have cookers and ranges and things now, you know.
What's that?
I said they don't use them as much now anymore. Open fires are nearly a thing in the past.
All cookers and ranges and things like that now.
That's why I wouldn't take the dozen of them. Yeah, I only took 6.
I remember there was a time, and I used to do for a couple of dozen a week. But it was all cans that time. Now, they might sell a kettle if there was a turf cutting, or maybe there was a yank home or something.
Yeah, right. I'll go inside and get the aspirin and try to get a couple of hours sleep.
You're getting the mail van to Strabane in the morning.
Aye. 7:15.
I was listening to the forecast there on the radio, and they were saying westerly winds and showers.
Aye.
And I was thinking it'd be a great day for getting up on yon plane.
I suppose it would be, yeah.
I was meaning to tell you that you should sit at the back.
It's now 16 or 17 years since I saw the Queen of France. The longest way around is the shortest way home.
So he was saying, like, I mean, if the plane crashed, it's always the front of it gets the bell first.
I suppose it's true, all right.
So the canon was saying, not that I'd know anything about it or anything, you know.
Go on, try him. He might remember. Oh, but God, boy, what if he does remember?
Do you know what I was thinking today?
Huh?
Do you remember we used to go fishing there in Knock-na-Clock-Core?
Aye.
There was a time.
Knock-na-Clock-Core, aye.
Yeah, we used to throw a line out there every Sunday in the season, you know.
That's not today nor yesterday.
But do you remember the blue boat that used to be there up in Knock-na-Clock-Core?
Many's the fish we took off that lake.
Yeah, but do you remember the blue boat?
A blue boat?
Yeah, it was blue and the paint was peeling off.
I remember the brown one, the doctor got somewhere up and dead.
Oh, it doesn't matter who owned it. It doesn't even matter that it's blue. All that matters is that we were there fishing one day and just the two of us. It started raining or something and you wrapped your coat around my shoulders. You started singing. All around my hat, I wore a green coloured ribbon up.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Well.
That's grand.
Are you sure it wasn't Flower of Sweet Strabane? That was my song.
It doesn't matter, forget about it.
All around my hat. What way does that go?
I don't know, it doesn't matter.
So now you know, it never happened.
And you said the boat was blue.
Forget about it.
Are you sure it wasn't a wee punt of a flat-bottom boat that the curate had tied down at the pier? I remember the flat-bottom boat.
What was your walk?
I took medicine there. I had no cramps. I thought you were in bed.
I was over at Nelly's. The place was upside down.
There's nothing wrong, is there?
Not a thing.
Bobby's doing well.
Grand.
So that's all that matters.
They're going to call it Bridget.
Bridget? That's a grand name. Patrick, Bridget and Colin Kay.
You'll get a cowl pattern in that rig out.
Madge, I get on okay. I'll be fine.
Surely you will.
I'm going to get one of Charlie Bonner's lads to drive the lorry on Tuesday and Thursday. We get by okay.
This place is cowled, away off to bed.
There was a time, imagine, everyone done for me. But times are different now. We get by. We will.
You'll be fine.
Do you remember the trouble we had, Madge, when you turned 10 years of age? And says he this morning, I'm going into my daddy's shop, and he with this lovely little wee sailor suit on.
A sailor suit? Sure, he never had a sailor suit.
Oh, he had, Madge. He had. I can remember seeing him. And And he's standing there with his shoulders up and his head back and his mouth. And he's chatting and laughing. You trying to coax him to go to school. He says, I'm not going to school this morning. I'm going into my daddy's business. And he's real smart looking with the wee sailor suit on him. I had to go with him hand in hand. I can remember it, and we were as happy as larks. And we were going down the road. He hopping and skipping and laughing. I not able to get a word in edgeways, Madge. Lord Madge, I could have been his grandfather.
I don't know.
I was too old for her, Madge.
I don't know. They're a new race. A new world.
And a wee sailor suit. I don't know either, Madge. I don't know.
Tomorrow will be sore on him. His heart will break tomorrow. And on next week. And the week after, maybe. Bridget. Aye. It's all right, Bridget. Biddy. Biddy Mulherron. Bridget Mulherron. I like Madge Mulherron. Doesn't sound right, Madge Mulherron. It's kind of old-fashioned or something. Has he his cap? Oh, he has. And an apple, if you don't mind. For all his grief, he'll be all right. And that Lizzie want to look after him well, I suppose. She can take the time out from blathering. Guard in front and back. And a TV in the House of Lords. Ha! I'll believe them things when I see them. I never had much time for blathering women. An envelope. That'll get him a cup of tea on the plane. I had them £2 put by to get me feet done on fair day. That can wait till next month. From what I hear, there's no big dances between now and then. So, I think that's everything now. When the boss was his age, he was the very same as him. Lepping and Egypting about, and acting the clown. As like as two peas. And when he's the age the boss is now, he'll be the very same as him. And although I won't be here to see it, you'll find he's learned nothing in between times. That's people for you. They'll put you astray in the head if you thought long enough about them.
Is this where you are? This first place is turned into a nightclub, huh?
I'm only getting back.
Well, how was the new Madge?
Strong and healthy, and sure isn't that all that matters? Were you and the boss chatting there?
When's the christening?
Sunday, after last Mass.
Oh, Madge Mulherron, huh? Are you proud?
I'm just tired, son. Very tired.
Are you sure there's nothing troubling you?
Sure, if there was, wouldn't I tell you?
Sure, of course she would. Who else has she? Well, did you tell her she's getting an elephant out of me first week's wages?
Aye, so. The jars are up.
They are?
And the dishes washed.
All done?
Well, I'll give you a call at 6:30 then.
Madge, you'd let me know if he got sick or anything, wouldn't you?
Sure, who else would there be?
It's unlikely though. Sure, he'll probably outlive the whole office.
Good night.
Sleep well, Madge.
Sleep well yourself.
Watch her carefully. every movement, every gesture, every peculiarity. Keep the camera whirring, for this is a film you'll run over and over again. Madge, going to bed on my last night at home. Madge. God, boy. Why do you have to leave? Why? Why?
I don't know. I don't know.